Hello gamers, this is Yanni with Yanni's Videos. Today on MMO Revisit, we're going to be going back to Star Wars The Old Republic. This game was released December 20th, 2011. It was developed by Bioware and Electronic Arts and published by Lucasarts and Electronic Arts. Basically, this video is going to be for anybody that's looking to go back to the game, maybe see the new features that have came out in the game over the past couple years, or even for new people that are looking to see what the game is all about so that they can go and maybe try a new MMO. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be starting here at the character selection screen, or character creation screen. And basically we still have the Imperial, and we still have the Republic. Not much has basically changed between the two. Looking here on the Imperial, we still have the starting classes that were when the game was released: the Sith Warrior, the Sorcerer, or the Inquisitor, the Hunter, and the Agent. Outside of that, there hasn't been many new features that have been added to the character creation screen or process, except for species. When the game first launched, there was not many species that you could choose. It was like maybe 4 or 5. Now, and with these being added, there's different ways to unlock these characters. If you notice that some are locked, one way to unlock them is by leveling up one character and unlocking that species, or you can purchase them with Legacy or with Cartel Coins. Cartel Coins is something that you get from the Cartel market, which we're going to be looking more into here in a second. But outside of the character creation process of just a species, not much has really changed for the Imperial side or the Republic side. So if you're coming back to the game, be advised the only main difference is species. Now, basically, let's go back to the character selection screen. I'm going to be playing a Sith sorcerer named Yanny, just as Yanni Videos. If you see me, I am on the Ebenhawk server. Send me a message. Love to hear from you. Let's do a Flashpoint or op if I'm on. Love to interact with fans and other people on the server. So basically, as you see, the game story is tied up, separated into chapters, and I've completed it. So if you don't want any spoilers, don't read it. Alright, now basically, nothing has really much changed when it comes to, say, like the fleet or basically the galactic trade market. Nothing much in that aspect. So first I want to explain that there's two basic play models of this game. You have the free-to-play and the subscription-based, which you pay monthly for. There is a big difference between the two. Free to play gets just a taste, where subscriber you get a lot. Where free to play you can only do so many PvP matches or flashpoints, for example. Subscriber, I have the game entirely unlimited, and this video is going to be from a subscriber basis. I just want to point that out now before I start showing more of the features that have been added to the game. Now, first thing I would like to go over is what I talked about in the character creation process is Cartel Coins. Cartel Coins is a currency that can be bought with real-life money to unlock stuff in the game, which showing here is the Cartel market. You can purchase anything from packs, Starfighter, which we'll get into in a second, cosmetic, unlocks, equipment, consumables. There is many things you can buy. Now, this is also a double-sided sword, that being able to, say, for example, be a credit card baby and use mommy and daddy's money and just buy all this kind of stuff, or be able to buy, say, these packs and items and sell them on the auction house for in-game credit, which could fluctuate the market, and there's a lot of bad things to it, but there's also a lot of cool things to it too, is that there is always content being delivered. Showing you now, I'm showing you, say, for example, a pack. You get a rep item. There's a chance of getting a super rare mount, some decorations. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you can get in this game with stuff that's on the Cartel market. And some things, this is the only place you can find it is on the Cartel market. And one thing that Star Wars The Old Republic does, and they do very, very well, is that they are constantly adding content to the Cartel market. It's almost weekly that you're seeing new items that you can purchase here for your characters and other characters that you have. So now we're going to be going more into basically collections. When you purchase Cartel Coins or purchase Cartel items, they're going to go into basically your collections. It's kind of like a giant vault where once you get it, it goes in there. And what's cool about some of these items is, let's say I were to get it, well, these I've already gotten, or have put on this character. Let's say I get an item with my character Yanny here, and I want to get it on a different character. Since it's already in my collection, I can get it from my collection and put it on another character, which is really cool when it comes to, say, jumping between characters. That one character can get you that perk all across all your tunes. And looking through here, you can see there is countless and countless amounts of stuff that is really cool. So the next thing I want to show you basically is the Legacy. Legacy came out, I'd probably say a couple years ago, and when it did, it basically created kind of like a leveling system for all your characters. You can put all your characters into what's called a Legacy. So all of them share whatever the Legacy name is, and you can get perks for your characters. Here's where you can unlock other species. You can check your reputation and achievement system. You can go and basically make your characters family members, rivals, marry them, etc. Here's character perks that basically I can purchase because my legacy levels like my normal level. As it gets higher, I can purchase these perks that my character can have. Like, for such example, for this one, I can spend 250,000 credits when I'm level 35 and get speeder piloting level 3. And since my legacy level is high enough, it will unlock it for my character. And this is really good because then you can basically unlock so many different things for each of your characters, and as you're leveling each of your characters, it's leveling that legacy rank. Now, the achievement system was also added, which is really cool. There is countless hundreds of achievements. And what's neat about it is some of them, it takes time to get quite a few of them. So one thing that's really neat is you can get titles. Unlock titles for your character when you get it. 2, when you complete all like tier 5 of one achievement, you can get Cartel Coins. What's good about this is, let's say you're that guy that doesn't want to spend money and use his credit card, which I don't blame you. You can sit here and grind out achievements and get Cartel Coins. It ain't much, but it's something, because some things on the cartel market are fairly cheap. Okay, when the game first launched, there was one thing that the game did not have, which upset a lot of people, and that is looking for group tool. Group Finder was added, I'd probably say 8 months after the game launched. I could be wrong, but it was a little while after the game launched. And it used to be, if you wanted to run something, you had to get your group together and go. Where now it's mainly standard that a lot of games just have their Group Finder tool at launch and make it easier. They didn't. What makes it really easy is that you can tick or check what you want your role to be, such as heal or damage, and then click what you want to run. You want to do story mode operations, which is a raid, or in terms of other games, so they're called operations in Star Wars. Then you have your hard mode flashpoints, for level 50, your tactical flashpoints, and your planetary destinations. Hard mode flashpoints is where you get your pre-raid gear. Basically, how it used to be was you'd go do a flashpoint, you would get an item that you would turn in and get your gear. Well, now you get comms, which I think is kind of a cool change up. That is the looking for group tool, and it is definitely very helpful. Next, we're going to go over is PvP Galactic Starfighter. I am not a fan of the Galactic Starfighter for a couple reasons. One, for example, as you can see, account status subscriber, I get more points when I do a match than a free-to-play person is, which now I'm going to explain why that's not good. You can get many different ships. You can purchase them with Cartel Coins, which you can use real money for. Now, you can change out your components and upgrade your ship by playing PvP matches. So, when you are playing a PvP match, and you basically are playing against other people that have grinded it out, for somebody that just jumps into it and wants to start PvP in the Galactic Starfighter, you're basically in a barrel getting shot at. It's really hard because everybody that's been grinding it has these real decked out ships, and you don't. And then the thing is, it's hard. I mean, you can buy the cartel coins and get all the stuff like that and just fly yourself to the top, but it's very difficult playing Galactic Starfighter. Which it's like I said, this is my personal opinion, but this is just my perception of this new feature. Now, some people might love it, some people might hate it. Definitely give it a try and play a few matches and see what you think of it before passing judgment on it. It's one of those things. I feel it's going to be a love or hate relationship. As you can see, you get your upgrades with ship requisition and fleet requisition. Okay, now we're on to Warzone PvP. Warzone PvP is basically PvP on the ground. When the game first launched, they mainly only had a couple matches. That was it. Now, going into it, they have like probably 7 or 8 different PvP maps. Some are really great. You have Hutball, which is kind of like rugby or football. One person's got to get the ball and go to the other side, it's really fun. Then you also now have ranked Warzone arenas, which they did not have at launch. They did not have it for a long time. I personally have not tried this out, but I have heard that you can get some really nice stuff from playing it. You can get like nice mounts, nice gear, all kinds of cool stuff. Now, on to the next big update that the game had was Strongholds. Strongholds is the housing system that was introduced into Star Wars The Old Republic, which is huge. You can get apartments, townhouses, all kinds of stuff. You can get them on Dromund Kaas, Nar Shaddaa, Tatooine, and you can basically decorate so much stuff. The amount of decorations that this game inputted into it is just astronomical. And as you decorate your house more and more, you get prestige. And as a subscriber, you get double prestige. You can have up to 50 people in your occupancy, and then you can also unlock more parts of your apartment to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. You can also unlock it so that Republic can go in your house and see it. Other players can go in your house and see it. And then they brought in guild ships, which was a big addition. Now guilds have basically their own flagship. The guild that I am showing today has an Imperial Dreadnought. Now, unlocking expansions is very expensive. I believe just starting off doing it on a guild ship is 5 million credits. I could be wrong. I'm going to take you to the guild ship here. We're going to basically show you some decorations and how effective a guild ship can be to a guild. You can basically put on your guild ship your own auction house or kiosk to access the auction house. You can put mailboxes, your bank on there. And when you're doing ops and other flashpoints, there's a chance of a decoration to drop in those. So when you're doing raiding, you're getting, if a decoration drops, you can get really nice decorations for your guild. Such as here looking around, when you get a new ship or a new house, it is completely bare, empty. I mean, you can decorate the ceilings, the walls. The amount of decorating is, like I said, very extensive. So when you take a look around here as I'm walking around, keep in mind that this is all stuff that this guild, for example, has worked, got, and everybody pitched in. Because what you can do also is you can donate decorations to your guild. So your guild can basically take what you donate and they can use it on their guild ship to decorate. And just looking around, it kind of gives you an idea how vast the amount of decorations and other items that you can use to basically bring out your personality and your stronghold shows. The last feature I would like to show is basically the legacy stronghold storage. When you have your characters in your legacy, they're all tied together. Being able to have your own legacy stronghold storage allows you to basically share items between all your characters. So let's say I log on or I roll a new tune, I go to my legacy stronghold storage, I can pull an item out, which is a really neat feature that they tied to the legacy. that was basically the last feature I was going to show you today. This has been MMO Revisited Star Wars The Old Republic. Graphical wise, this game still looks very beautiful. It looks crisp, even in high resolution and graphics maxed out. When it comes to player base and subscriber numbers, etc., a lot of people still play this game. Every day you can see a couple hundred people on just in the fleet by itself. It's easy to get groups. It's easy to queue for war zones. There's a lot of guilds out there. When it comes to player base, it's still thriving. RP wise, rolling on a roleplay server, there's a lot of roleplay content. It being Star Wars and the galaxy being so loreful, lack of a better word, there's definitely a lot of potential for many RP stories. I definitely recommend checking this game out if you want to go back after so many years of being burned when it first launched, because it did have a very rocky launch. Now would be a good time to do it. They got the Shadow of Revan expansion coming out in December. If you're looking to just try out an MMO for the first time, give this one a shot. It's if you're a Star Wars fan or you just like MMOs and you ain't got the money to spend, it's free to play. Overall, I give this game an 8 out of 10. Definitely seeing where it's going to go in the future, because this game does one thing right, or I should say BioWare does. They are constantly releasing content. It's almost every week there is new content that is released for this game, which is a feat that other MMOs are constantly having to battle and try and get over. Look at World of Warcraft, for example. I was going to try to go through this whole video without name dropping another game. World of Warcraft, they go 6 months to a year without releasing content, where Star Wars, it's like every 2 weeks it's new stuff coming out. So definitely, if you're looking to try a new MMO, I recommend Star Wars The Old Republic. I'd like to say a special thank you also to the guild on Evenhawk Corruption for allowing me to use their guild ship for this video. If you decide to roll on Evenhawk, look up Corruption. It's a real good guild with a lot of good people. Thanks for watching MMO Revisited, Star Wars The Old Republic. This is Yanni with Yanni's Videos. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you're looking to see more, hit subscribe. Thank you everybody for watching. Game on.